close to playing about 140 games in their career. And the Trojans in the home white with the ball to start. And it's a good turnout at Galen Center, but it is a very loud Purdue representation.
How this game is going to be called. You see an early foul. Fletcher Lawyer holding up his hands. Could not believe that a foul was called off the ball.
Right away, Ryan Cornish getting the start for USC. Finds Asar inside. And this is where Asar does his work.
Really good pick and roll action by the Trojans. Asar, elite at rolling to the hoop there. It goes up and gathers and takes it up strong on the other side.
And Miles, you really talked. Ooh, nice shot fake there by Lawyer. Cluff on the boards, knocked away though by Dines of USC. Ooh, Cornish, that was a nice catch. Kofi had to reach behind, but did a good catch and finish. Getting Eric Musselman in a good conversation about this tempo and how USC wants to make sure that they play this game at an higher tempo.
Yeah, USC wants to get up and down. They want to get, obviously stops when they can, hold them to one shot, and then get out and run and find the easy baskets. Don't let Purdue set up their half-court defense.
All right, isolated Oscar Cluff against Gabe Dines. And Cluff deadens that ball off the back iron.
Now, you would think for Cluff it would be hard to score against 7'5" Gabe Dines. But remember, Purdue has a 7'4" guy on their bench that he goes against every day, so he has that comfortability factor.
That's a great point. Work against that. Cornish had the ball knocked away, and
they want to keep Braden Smith in check, get the ball out of his hands as much as possible tonight.
Every player wants to know how the game is going to get called. First 2 minutes here sending a message. Lawyer on the bench already, Jakari Harris in.
On this Purdue team for their national title hopes, Big Ten hopes, and even tonight's game, they'll need Lawyer on the floor.
Well, Jakari Harris gave them some big minutes Wednesday against Iowa. Turnover here, running the floor, Kofi, Cam Woods, and Woods finishes. And we have Braden Smith down behind the play, never got back into it.
And I don't know if we'll see the replay, but it looks like he maybe went knee to knee with one of the Trojan defenders.
He never got back in the transition there. Kaufman ran inside. That's a jump, hell ball.
7'5", Kofi 6'10", and Ezra Asar at 6'9", swarming to that basketball.
Alternate possession of Purdue, and that's Braden Smith. I mean, everybody who's watched him has seen that. You saw it vividly Wednesday night when he said he was awful in the first half. He's hobbling again, holding that left knee.
Still hobbling, but you gotta remember, Ted, being a former player, anytime I got banged up and then the ball touched my hands, magically, I always felt a lot better.
Good job by Cluff there to hedge on the screen. Dines. Boy, that Purdue hawking defense forcing a bomb from Cam Woods. Smith gets it to Cluff right at the block. And the excellent skip pass to Jakari Harris.
Excellent is right. I love that from Cluff. He scored a couple possessions ago when he got to the middle. The defense helped a little bit too much. Great vision by Cluff. That's something Coach Painter told me at practice yesterday. He didn't know what a great passer that Oscar Cluff is.
Wow, what a play there by Smith to create a turnover. Well, yeah, lost the handle momentarily, doubles it.
There by Eric Musselman.
So Ezra Asar is now wearing 55. They just gave him the spare jersey. And that's Baker Mazzara with that, often unconventional kind of shots, and he makes them.
But that's what he can do. At his size, he can see over the defense, but turns the corner. Love the floater right there. 19 points per game coming off the bench tonight.
So Almar Mayer in the game for Braden Smith. So Purdue, in this rare moment here, playing at least a couple of possessions without Lawyer and Smith on the floor.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
USC, one of the top field goal teams in America so far this year in the paint. About half their field goal attempts come in the paint. They've scored 12 paint points early here against a good defensive team.
And they've done it in multiple ways. They've attacked by the drive and got in there, and then they've attacked by the drive and then dropping some assists up top to the big guys.
And playing the game, Miles, it feels like at the tempo they want. Wow! The Trojans stay hot. Brownell, and it's a 12-point USC lead.
Absolutely, Ted. They're scoring within the first 10 seconds of the clock. Purdue not making them work for anything. So right now, where's the answer for the Boilermakers? Now, I don't think that's the shot they want.
It's interesting, Miles. So far, it seems like Purdue's shooting threes. USC's going to the rim.
But it's okay to shoot open threes, but on that possession when USC's on a run, Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer, they have to be the guys that touch the ball. They didn't get through their whole set that they wanted to get through there.
Wow, Baker Mazzara saw the pass coming. Well done. Chad Baker Mazzara read Braden Smith. That's a defensive back play. Jumping the route for the pick.
Matt Painter telling his team, calm down. Remember, this is a veteran Boilermaker team. Been in these situations before.
Purdue has missed their last 8 shots. And now fumbling the ball, and on the floor, they get a timeout. As Eric Musselman said, to be 3-3, including a 3-game road trip to start conference play, given what we've been through, he said, I'm pleased.
Yeah, he really should be. And to try to accelerate that process, and I've talked to many coaches around the country as I'm doing games, they tried to accelerate the team chemistry with a bunch of like team bonding events. And USC was no different than this summer.
Look at Braden Smith, but nice job by Marsh. And then Lawyer got a clean look. Cluff gives Purdue a second. Again, a good pass out of the post. But right now, Purdue not making the shots. You said, Miles, they're looking
very crowded right now with the way USC is defending.
Baseline miss from C.J. Cox. Back comes Baker Mazzara.
Don't need it.
Nope.
And those are the possessions that frustrate Coach Eric Musselman. You're in control of this game and you want to shoot, go one-on-one, go between your legs. No, get that ball moving. That's how USC has been able to have success and get this lead, because they've been sharing.
So far, USC scoring in the paint. Mid-range there for Braden Smith. Purdue just not hitting anything. 3 of 16 shooting for the Boilermakers.
Remember, this is the #1 most efficient offense in the country, and the Trojans slowing them down here in the first 10 minutes.
Long rebound to Lawyer. So Matt Painter trusting Lawyer to play with the 2 fouls.
Purdue, I'm keeping this ball in Braden Smith's hand, putting him in some type of pick and roll action. See if he can turn the corner or get Cluff maybe on a roll to the rim. There's the pick and roll.
And again, setting it up. Man, couldn't be better, but there's Jack Benter in the game out of the timeout. Over 7 minutes since Purdue had scored.
There will be, at some point in this game, probably a reversion to the mean for Purdue. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams, and they are shooting wide open practice shots. They're just not going right now. That was excellent pick and roll action, and then with Cluff making the extra pass.
It was also interesting, there was Purdue came here yesterday and used the practice gym because there was a men's volleyball match scheduled for Galen Center. So the players, as Smith hits, the Purdue team came earlier than normal for the game today, and you saw them all out here shooting. Trying to get a look at this building.
And there's Braden Smith in the pick and roll, snaking it around, getting to the mid-range as they play in that drop coverage. I don't think that's the ideal coverage to play Braden Smith in, giving him too much space.
Clock running down, ball not moving at all for USC. That was just Jordan Marsh solo. Lawyer on the run, finishes.
Great job by the Boilermakers. One solid defensive end, then converting in transition, getting out and run one of the best backcourts in the country.
And Smith picks it. Oh, Baker Mazzara! Massive denial. Said he went back, something he's done before. He went back and dug out some of his father's old pick and roll defenses, largely against the famed Stockton Malone team. As Braden Smith, he's very good at that little fall-away shot.
Yeah,
really good.
That's really tough. At a generous 6 feet for Braden Smith. When you shoot that little fade, it's harder to contest or more so even block that shot.
Terrence Williams in for the first time for USC. Again, Ezra Asar sitting out with 2 fouls right now. Fletcher Lawyer is out again with 2 fouls for Purdue. Matt Painter spotting him back into the game. Kofi, the drive, the dump, and then the flush from Dines.
I was just about to say, Purdue's defense has been keeping them out of the paint the last few possessions. That's been the difference. But Kofi at 6'10", beautiful drive to the basket and the drop off to Gabe Dines as he dives to the rim as Cluff goes to help. That's great basketball. Kofi really an underrated passer for this Trojan team.
High screen, Smith able to get close. Cluff closer and finishes with the left.
So good by Braden Smith. The pick and roll master in college basketball. He runs the 6th most pick and rolls in the country at about 18 per game.
Brownell trying to bounce it in to Kofi, and Kofi, you see Kofi signaling, saying, get it up top. Now they see Brownell out for USC. And the ball turned over, and Purdue is starting to make its move as C.J. Cox finishes. And now Purdue has made 6 of its last 7 shots, and the lead is down to 4. And the roar rises.
Kofi being guarded by Braden Smith. Can they find him in the mismatch?
Wow, Baker Mazzara. It is a lefty. Man, does he have how many varied ways he has to shoot the ball.
He's so crafty in the ways that he scores. Okay, we've seen the floater from the foul line, now getting to his left, the underhand scoop underneath the arms of Cluff.
Off the high screen, that was Kaufman-Renn setting it, and Smith knocks down a 3.
And how good is that guy? Coming off that pick and roll, shooting the contested 3 and knocking it down.
Marsh got a step. Tapped up. Offensive rebound. Volleyball tip by Baker Mazzara.
Taking advantage of his size and length in the paint there, crashing the glass.
No, he didn't start, but Chad Baker Mazzara has come off with 8 points in this first half. Well, that corner 3 has been there all half for Purdue.
And the reason it's there is because they're putting 2 on the ball, meaning they're double teaming Braden Smith right there in the pick and roll. He hits the pocket pass to Kaufman-Renn, who's really good around that Big Ten logo. The weak side 3 is there on the other side, but USC making things happen on the other end. And there's Gabe Dines getting to the rim once again for the finish.
That's a great 2-man play there with Baker Mazzara curling up off a screen and getting Dines the flush. Nice. This time it's Kaufman-Renn, but Dines' presence stopped. And then Dines blocks Kaufman-Renn. And eventually there was a lot of arm whacking and flailing in there. right, so Jacob Kofi now has 2 fouls for USC. Ezra Asar has 2.
They want Asar for the second half, and so far, because they've been able to maintain this lead, there has been not a reason to bring Asar back, especially with the play of Gabe Dines.
Ryan Cornish really trying to stick close to Smith, who sets up Cluff, and Oscar Cluff. Transfer Oscar Cluff has been for Purdue this year. Tuesday night, and then Purdue will take this supportive throng, and they'll be over at Pauley on Tuesday night to play UCLA. Ohio State got home today and took care of the Bruins, who split their road trip. Cluff rebounds, and now here's, after all the things USC has done, Purdue could tie or go ahead right here. And they peel away and let Cluff go one-on-one. Kick out to Harris. Foul, Baker Mazzara. Purdue basketball. 28th game at Purdue. Every game in 4 years. Kaufman-Wren today playing in his 126th game at Purdue.
That's a recipe for success, and you can see this is why they are a top 5 team and a legit national title contender. Otherwise, turn the corner on it.
Marsh hangs in the air and hits. So after Purdue tied it, USC regains the lead.
Cluff, because he got the foul on the previous possession, didn't hedge high enough on that one, and then Marsh makes him pay by putting Braden Smith in jail and turning that corner.
Wow, and Smith, and he turns to his own bench and signals, and Purdue, which was down 12, now has the lead.
You can't go under on him. He's already made a couple threes. Force him over, send him to the paint.
Nice spot by Marsh, but Cornish's reverse missed. Man, Smith is so good. Purdue doesn't get the shot there, but man, Braden Smith made a wonderful pass out of that. And Miles, I'm thinking your point about Asar may apply here to Lawyer, right? Purdue's right back in the game. Thinking Matt Painter might bring him in to finish the half, but he doesn't need to, right?
No, Braden Smith is taking control of the game for the Boilermakers.
This is 25-10 on the run for Purdue. Picks up 2 quick ones and sits. Baseline, Brownell passes out of it. Purdue with the ball now. The ball and the lead in the final minute. Well, that's what's set up. Oh, look at Smith. Look at Smith get the offensive rebound and draw a foul. Gets knocked around early in the game.
In LA this summer and play against each other. Thomas Houck from Florida, solo ball, Yaxo Landenberg, Braden Burries, Maurice Johnson. He was the best player the whole week in Los Angeles, amongst the best players in college basketball. His team won nearly every game because he could control everything.
Smith stayed with Marsh. That floater almost went, and now Purdue will hold for the last. Smith has 15, and he takes accountability. He said he's used an indelicate word to describe his play in the first half against Iowa, and he took responsibility and then took care of business in the second half.
Now watch, he's off the ball. He's going to come to it now.
Wow. And Smith talks to the front row after making that 3. And Purdue was down 12. Ezra Asar starts on the floor for USC in the second half. He only played 4.5 minutes because of fouls.
And also,
Chad Baker Mazzara is on the floor. All right, what would you guess Eric Musselman's halftime approach would be?
That one, they have to, whatever their defensive adjustments are going to be against Braden Smith, didn't work so far, not on that first play, as he just comes off easy on that pick and roll and delivers that pocket pass. That's the pass that he tends to look for in pick and roll, especially when he turns the corner.
There's USC's pick and roll, and Asar.
Despite all those points in the paint for the Trojans. Something to watch for USC, and especially Asar, that he's going to play a majority of the second half. He averages 10 points per game in the second half alone. Missed free throw block out, and Chad Baker-Mazara makes him pay.
So that ends up being a 4-point possession for USC.
And there's one adjustment right there. Ezra Asar just coming to stunt or fake at Braden Smith. Braden Smith still keeps his dribble alive, though. When he was just by himself at half court, Ezra Asar, and then Dine stayed with him on the pick and roll.
Cluff scores it. 2 baskets by Cluff to start the half.
Reminiscent of what he did in the first half. Cluff loves that left block because now he can get to the middle with his right hand and knocks down that jump hook.
So true that when you have the stability Purdue does, then you use the portal to add a piece. And that's what they did with Cluff.
Yeah, Cluff wanted to go to a place that's going to throw the basketball inside, and Coach Matt Painter has obviously had, and that's kind of almost thrown him out of his rhythm. He's 0 for 3 from 3 tonight because he's had to come in and out of the game with this foul trouble.
They isolate, let Asar go at Cluff. Takes a man and draws the foul.
But then he goes right into his body, and he's not afraid to get hit. That's how you become an elite. If he doesn't make the NBA, he wants to play in the NFL, and that's his goal. He said he played football. He's from the Atlanta area. He played football till 9th grade, but then his mom said she was really worried about CTE. But he says if this basketball thing doesn't work out, I am definitely trying out for football.
Well, there's a history of tight ends that were basketball players in college. I saw one of them for 4 years, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez, you got Jimmy Graham,
yep.
Antonio Gates.
Jimmy Graham was great. Yep. Gates, Hall of Famer, and there's a turnover.
You can't just come out with empty possessions if you want to beat the number 5 team in the country.
Ooh, Smith's bounce pass out, stolen. Baker-Mazara goes in, and there's a nice follow. That's a good hustle follow by Jacob Kofi.
You love to see that from Kofi, not giving up on the play, not anticipating that his guy is just going to make the layup.
Cox missing.
Smart, good adjustment by Musselman. Sending that double team early, getting it out of Braden Smith's hands before he can even get to the pick and roll action.
C.J. Cox having an off shooting day so far, 1 of 6. Woods got in, and there's a reach in, and Smith fouls.
Guy's hands, we would call it a hit.
I asked Eric this the other day with all the what's going on. Everybody knows where we are in college basketball right now on this 9-2 USC run after Purdue had, for a moment, an 8-point lead. But with the constant turnover of players, Eric Musselman's coaching background, which includes the CBA, the USBL, and the G League, all of them. I mean, he's perfectly equipped to handle. He was coaching in places where you didn't know your roster week to week.
In the G League for the South Bay Lakers, it's day to day. It's not even week to week how the roster changes and fluctuates. And yes, Eric Musselman is equipped for this era of college basketball. Look how they're guarding Braden Smith. They're trying to make every catch tough.
Wow, look at that flying out. Kofi using the wingspan. How about that finish? Acrobatics.
The defense to offense, Ted. Kofi comes off his guy in the corner to block that shot and leads to the transition opportunity. And look at Cam Woods making him work. Now they're putting Braden Smith off the ball, and then they'll bring him back to it. There's going to have to be some other Boilermakers that step up.
Late clock, and that's going to be out of bounds. Purdue ended the first half on a 30-10 run. USC has started the second half. They've answered back 11-4. And Harris gets fouled right away. And
for a guy that run a set for him, find him an easy basket, Braden Smith try to set the table for Fletcher Loyer, because they are going to need him. He's their second leading scorer, and obviously he's only made one shot tonight.
Well, the other interesting fact, Trey Kaufman-Renn just went out as Baker Mazzara kicks it out. Kaufman-Renn has not scored yet today. There's the baseline kick floater from Baker Mazzara. Kaufman-Renn is a big-time scorer, has been blank so far. Jacobson bulled his way in against Dines, and Dines is going to be called for his third foul.
Mr. Academy, one of the best, sees Daniel Jacobson there, and he asked Daniel Jacobson to come out and try out for the USA basketball team. But Jacobson had to make a decision. Prom was during the same time, and Jacobson passed on that opportunity just for an invite, no guarantee to make the team. Made the team and ended up making all tournament for the U18 USA basketball.
That's a great story. And continuing Purdue's tradition of 7-foot-plus big men having to play here with Cluff in foul trouble. Well off is Baker Mazzara. Rebound fouls going against Purdue.
Take advantage and then punish them in the paint, and then let's not forget Baker Mazzara at 6'7".
You're interesting, Jacobson's on the floor, but you're right, the other four guys are small, and now they can run after the blocked shot. Oh, Baker Mazzara! Not sure how much he got of that. Woods to the trailing Kofi, no. And then Kofi fouls in frustration. And acknowledgement when he goes to the bench as Cluff comes back. And Loyer, both back for Purdue. And Smith, no, Smith.
Causes confusion for Braden Smith.
Just a little quick shuffle. That's 6 turnovers for Braden Smith today, which matches a season high. And Cam Woods puts USC back up 2. And what Eric Musselman wants, and he was there emphatically waving, he wanted his team to pick up defensively earlier. He didn't want to let Purdue just walk the ball up and dictate tempo. Nice bounce pass, and Cluff finishes. Loyer's assist.
Really good job by Fletcher Loyer, not having to force anything right there, letting the offense come to him, and Cluff rolling to the basket, putting his body in front of the rim.
Kofi hits. Eric Musselman and Kofi been going with each other there, because again, Musselman wants that defense to be turned up, to keep trying to get the tempo going. Mayerin setting up Cluff again. And Cluff ducks underneath Dines to score.
And believe me, that's tremendous footwork by Cluff. Okay, really, really good. But if you're Dines, you have to know on the left block, Cluff is going to the middle. He's going to go to his left shoulder and his right hand, make him spin back baseline.
14 points. Cluff has made all 6 field goal attempts. And we have it. Plaid's Dines down.
Watch.
Matt Painter's up signaling he wanted to review. Not going to happen.
Well, there's no reviews on fouls.
Exactly.
Which they should change that rule.
Nice feed. Woods sets up Brownell. And just Daniel Jacobson does not have a foul right now, and that's the one saving grace for Purdue, because they're going to need him. Benter, great shot fake. Loyer, man, look at Loyer, and he didn't get a whistle, but he created the contact with Asar there.
I really like what he did there. The shot fake gets the Trojan defender off the floor a little bit, and then he's more than just a shooter.
Only the second basket for Loyer.
Good help by Mayer right there.
Wow, and Kofi. Well, Kofi, Musselman kind of got into him a little bit a minute or two ago, and Kofi's responded.
Kofi's really almost the most tantalizing prospect on this USC team. okay, because he's 6'10", he's a shot blocker. You see he's creating off the dribble. He's knocked down a 3 tonight also. Full denial on Braden Smith. Smart.
Jack Benner set up. And nice up the floor quickly by USC, and Asar followed, no.
They got to throw it to Lawyer.
We're living with Eric Musselman because of our C position. He's right in front of us. Smith tries the reverse. Here comes Marsh pushing it. Marsh going all the way in, draws the foul. And that's on Lawyer, and that's his 4th.
They've completely taken his rhythm from him. He's not able to play all the pick and rolls and drop the pocket passes and then come off freely. And then when he's giving that basketball up, they've made it a lot tougher for him to get it back.
And Marsh misses both, but Kofi's length gets the rebound and 1.
But you have to pinch as a group. These 2 guys have to box out 1, and that didn't happen on that possession.
Well, that was minimal damage to Purdue as USC missed 3 free throws in that sequence. And of course, you heard Matt Painter emphasizing the rebounding in the huddle just now. But Fletcher Lawyer 4 fouls, Oscar Cluff 4 fouls as we hit the 10-minute mark.
Braden Smith's going to have to get this basketball, put the team on his back.
C.J. Cox late clock. Off balance, no. Cox is really neither Cox nor Kaufman-Renn has been able to contribute today. Kaufman-Renn has been out of the game for a while. Offensive on Woods. Living and dying through every emotion of Eric Musselman. And there's Kaufman-Renn's first points.
And there's Braden Smith connecting with Kaufman-Renn on that pocket pass. They put 2 on the ball. They're doubling him on those pick and rolls. And Kaufman-Renn, he's going to have the opportunities for the rest of this game.
Asar back in. And here's the other. Did mention he does have 6 turnovers, which is his PC and Peacock. And again, USC leaving points at the foul line. There's the play again against Braden Smith. Kaufman-Renn helps. C.J. Cox didn't pull the trigger. Benter does.
Yeah, and Cox was wide open. You hit it on the head right there. Cox was wide open. Here's a guy who shoots 40%, but he made a play for his teammate. He stayed under control.
Wonderful atmosphere. Oh, Marsh with a great setup to Dines. And we've got a foul coming here. $20 points a game last year. That's why the number today is so startling. And important again because Lawyer hasn't been able to play enough to be himself. And C.J. Cox just made 1 of 8 shots. Benter steals. Leads it for Cox. Oh, great spot inside. Benter sees Kaufman-Renn.
Benter on both ends, the rotation on the pick and roll. He gets the steal, then he follows up that play and makes a beautiful pass to Kaufman-Renn in the paint.
Now it has the feel for Purdue of somebody else second half. Offensive foul on Marsh. Boilermakers only lost this year on their home court to Iowa State. USC 3-3 in conference play. And right now looking for what would be the signature win in the 1.5-year tenure of Eric Musselman. Smith back to Kaufman. Ren, elbow shot, didn't take it. Now has to shoot. Has to shoot with all the spinning.
He should have shot the first one.
Yep.
They hit him in the pocket, and that's that little push/touch shot that he always shoots. Kaufman Ren just seems a little bit unsure of himself. Braden Smith kind of playing like a rover or safety spot down there because Cam Woods is a non-shooter.
Marsh, no, strong, and Benter rebounds. We're under 7 minutes, and we start looking toward the Purdue bench to see when Matt Painter's going to decide to bring Moyer and or Cluff back. And the other part to remember, Kaufman Ren had 2 marvelous games against USC last year, 30 points against them in the Big Ten tournament. And he has not been a factor in this one. And the floater goes for Woods.
Great job by Woods of playing to his strengths. Not really a shooter, hasn't made a 3 in a USC uniform, but turns the corner and touches the paint and gets the soft bounce.
Multiple shot fakes and a block. USC didn't go for it.
Baker Mazzara wants the mismatch.
Baker Mazzara, double there, steps out and sees Marsh. No, long rebound and a new 20 for USC.
Both teams a little gassed.
Kofi's got the baseline, trapped, outlet stolen. Smith is looking for trailer.
Good job by the Trojans getting back.
Yeah, and he got by the big man. Again, the elbow shot that Kaufman Ren doesn't. The first look, he didn't take it. That's twice.
Well, we talked about other guys were going to have opportunities, especially Kaufman Ren. He's going to be the guy because as he's setting those pick and rolls, the ball's going to go to him in the pocket around that Big Ten logo.
Guys are, you're right, guys are gassed. We're seeing right in front of us at the USC bench, Asar bulling his way in. Well, that was Asar being a tight end. He's tried to carry a lot, and that's led to some of that number, those 6 turnovers.
Yeah, it really has, but it's also USC's defense. Look at this, he can't even get the ball in the backcourt. It's a great job by Cam Woods.
And Purdue has brought Oscar Cluff and Fletcher Moyer both back in.
So right now, that ball pressure, shot clock is at 13, and they're still at half court.
Cox has to take it. No. Long rebound, Purdue. And Benter tried to set up Woods, or tried to set up a Woods stole. Kofi fighting, loose ball, and right into the table goes Marsh. Very hard to try to save it.
Okay, but also it's getting them into late clock situations because it's taking so long to get into their sets. This time a little bit quicker.
Nice setup. Cluff missed it. First miss he's had. Here's the other difference. The other night at Mackey, when Purdue rallied to beat Iowa, Purdue scored on 16 of their last 17 possessions in the game. Remarkable. Nothing close to that happening here. Woods got a step, and then Smith whacked it.
How about the substitution to put Daniel Jacobson on the basketball?
Yep. And he deflects it. Saved and made. Asar.
Jacobson came in and did his job. But how about Ezra Asar with the heads-up play, knowing the clock, and gets to the jump shot.
Jacobson and Cluff. A big lineup is in there on the drive by Lawyer.
And then Fletcher Lawyer on the other end. They run the set for the shooter, and he attacks that hard cloak.
So 3 minutes. and 2 seconds. USC leads by 2. And Purdue, at least now, one of the few times in the game they've had their starting 5 out there together. No by Kofi, and Purdue's Cluff rebounds. So does Purdue, 5th in the country, have the plays in them to win these last 2.5 minutes. Nice setup inside. The foul was on the floor, but administration of things there. Cluff calmly had the first free throw at UCLA. And Cluff makes both. 16 for Cluff. He has been leading man in the somebody else category for Purdue. Kofi rolls, ball comes on the wing to Woods. Marsh short, and Purdue again rebounds.
Great defensive possession by the Boilermakers. Solid all the way around. Good in the pick and roll. They know to short close to Cam Woods, and then they put bodies on to get the stop.
Under 2. Smith in. Sets up Cluff. One more time. Smith has not scored a point in the second half, but making plays.
How about the vision right there? You feel he's trapped in between the trees down there, and he finds Cluff on the little pass, the little scoop pass.
And Cluff has been able to finish 18.
Trojans need ball movement.
Didn't have it. And another 3 straight defensive rebounds by Cluff. 2 years ago, barely played at Washington State. His coach, Kyle Smith, left to go to Stanford. Cluff wanted to go play somewhere. He went to South Dakota State and had a big year last year. And as has been well documented, his coach, college coach, helped place Cluff for this year. Miss, though, gives USC a little help. We wind towards a minute.
I want to get Ezra Asar a touch.
Not going to happen. It's Baker Mazzara with his specialty. Looks like he's just throwing it up off the glass.
That's a tough shot. Woo. The little floater off the glass from about 8 to 10 feet.
He has 15. Ren. No, strong on USC rebounds. Not last shot time. See, about 11 seconds between the clocks.
They're trying to attack Braden Smith.
No, Smith steals. Smith going in. What a job by Smith to use his body to protect, and Smith is down at the end of the play.
Now, Ted, there's going to be some controversy. Matt Painter, when the ball went through, he was calling timeout. The officials didn't see it. And that's why Eric Musselman is very upset, because they had a numbers advantage. The ball was inbounded before the officials gave Matt Painter the timeout. So heck of a play by Braden Smith. Okay, and watch the slow step. Baker Mazzara has blocked 2 shots in transition.
I believe said 26 seconds.
23.6.
23.6.
Yeah.
Okay. So it didn't address the timeout issue or the inbound ball issue. It was simply clock.
That way, try to cut it to 1 if you can. If drive and kick opportunities for 3 are open, then you take that.
Marsh going in. Cluff cuts him off. Nice setup, though, to Asar. USC not stopping things.
Executed perfectly.
And they foul Braden Smith, and that's not the guy they wanted to foul.
If the ball goes inside the 3-point line, yes, you can foul, because it's not going to be a 3-point shot if they try to attempt it.
Braden Smith on Jordan Marsh. Nice screen, Asar. There's the foul.
All right, they did it. They did it at half court, and Braden Smith did it effectively enough to where they weren't going to shoot the basketball.
8.7. USC still has timeouts. It's a 2-shot foul for Marsh. Marsh 78% this year. That now makes it almost imperative that USC can get a steal here. Marsh needs to make this one. No. Rebound Lawyer. And now, basically, Purdue needs to make one foul shot to feel comfortable. So Marsh fouls, and that's his 5th. Brownell will replace. The foul shooter is Purdue's best, 90%. Fletcher Lawyer. Jack Bender's going to come in after the make.
Well, even despite Braden Smith not scoring until that layup late in this basketball game. Made the huge plays, made the huge steal. And they're going to be able to come out of the Galen Center with a win.
That was not good by Baker Mazzara, but it is Purdue coming to Galen Center and winning one heck of a game. These teams played twice last year, a tight game with a very questionable finish in the Big Ten tournament that Purdue won. And boy, USC gave Purdue everything.
Yeah, they really did. And let's give a lot of credit to this USC team. They executed on defense. They made their adjustments at halftime, took Braden Smith out of this basketball game, and then Purdue showed why they are a national title contender.